This isn't just a football match. This is war. This is pride. This is El Clásico. When Barcelona and Real Madrid face off, the world stops to watch. No rivalry in football, maybe in all of sport, carries the weight, the history, the tension, and the spectacle like this one. And to understand why, you have to go back, way back. Barcelona isn't just a club. It's a symbol. A representation of Catalonia. A region with its own identity, its own language, and at times, its own struggle for independence from Spain. Barca has always stood for more than football. It's been a form of resistance, a form of pride. Real Madrid, on the other hand, is the crown, literally. The club was granted royal status by King Alfonso III in 1920. Over time, Madrid became seen as the establishment club, the team of the capital, the club of power. So when these two meet, it's not just sport, it's identity versus authority, people versus power, Catalonia versus the crown. But politics aside, let's talk football, because that's where the real fire lives. Barcelona and Real Madrid have played over 280 official matches, each one writing a new chapter in a never-ending story. From narrow 1-0s to wild 5-0 demolitions, the scoreboard never tells the full tale. Let's go back to the 1940s. Spain was under the Franco dictatorship. Barcelona, as a city, was repressed. Catalan language and culture were banned. Football became one of the few places people could express themselves. And when Barca beat Madrid, it meant everything. One of the most controversial matches ever came in 1943. A Copa del Generalissimo semi-final second leg. Real Madrid won 11-1. But the match was surrounded by accusations of intimidation, pressure, and outright threats from the regime. To this day, it's a scar on the rivalry. But let's fast forward to the beautiful football. The 2000s. The era of Galacticos versus Tiki-Taka. Real Madrid, stacked with stars. Zidane, Ronaldo, Beckham, Figo. They were global icons. The Galacticos era wasn't just about football. It was about marketing, prestige, global dominance. Barcelona? They went another way. Johan Cruyff's legacy lived on. A system built on La Masia, their youth academy. A focus on technique, passing, possession. It wasn't flashy, it was fluid. It was philosophy. And then came Pep Guardiola. With Xavi, Iniesta, Busquets, and a little Argentine named Lionel Messi. Barcelona didn't just win. They danced. They made the ball talk. And when they met Real Madrid's Galacticos, it was magic, chaos, art. Remember the 5-0 in 2010? Camp Nou erupted. Mourinho's Madrid had no answer. It wasn't just a win. It was a statement. But Madrid isn't a team that stays down for long. They came back swinging. With Ronaldo, with Ramos, with Modric, and the battle of Messi versus Ronaldo. That alone is a rivalry within a rivalry. Two of the greatest players in history, in the same league, in the same era, on opposite sides of the greatest fixture in football. It was the perfect storm. Every El Clásico became a global event. Every touch, every goal, every card, analyzed, debated, remembered, and it wasn't just about the superstars. Clásicos created villains and heroes. Sergio Ramos, the enforcer. Gerard Piqué, the agitator. Pepe, chaos incarnate. Luis Suarez, unpredictable brilliance. Each match had its own subplot, its own rhythm, its own madness. And the fans? The fans live and breathe this rivalry. In Barcelona, El Clásico is a chance to show that their identity, their spirit, cannot be silenced. That Catalonia stands proud. In Madrid, it's about legacy, about asserting dominance, about showing that the capital still rules. But maybe what makes this rivalry truly unique is the respect, the hidden respect. Because behind the fire and fury, there's admiration. Barcelona fans knew how great Ronaldo was. Madridistas never denied Messi's brilliance. Because to hate something, you have to fear it, and you only fear the best. And the numbers? Dozens of league titles, multiple Champions League trophies, hundreds of goals in El Clásico alone. Millions of hearts stopped across the globe every time these two clash. And when the ball rolls, history is made. Because no matter who wins, the world remembers. That's the beauty of it. You're not just watching a match, you're watching Politics, philosophy, personality, and pride collide. You're watching two cities, two cultures, battle on a field of grass, and it's only just begun. El Clásico isn't just passion, it's a tactical war. Barcelona has always been about one thing: control, possession. That legacy began with Johan Cruyff and was perfected by Pep Guardiola. With Xavi, Iniesta, Busquets, and Messi, Barca didn't just play football, they dominated it. Short passes, pressing high, tiki-taka. They made opponents chase shadows. Real Madrid, a different beast, more direct, more vertical. Under Mourinho, they countered with aggression. Ronaldo on the break, Ozil threading passes, Di Maria flying down the wing. Quick, ruthless, efficient. It was philosophy versus firepower. And then came Zidane. He didn't obsess over possession. He focused on balance. His Madrid adapted to every game, sometimes pressing, sometimes sitting back. And it worked. 3 Champions League titles in a row proved it. Meanwhile, Barca started to fade. Xavi and Iniesta left. The rhythm cracked. Only Messi remained. Now, a new chapter is being written. Xavi returns as coach. A mission to restore the identity, with young stars like Pedri, Gavi, and Balde leading the way. Madrid is evolving too. Ancelotti blends veterans like Modric, and Kroos with rising stars, Vinicius Jr., Camavinga, Bellingham. And the tactical clash? Still just as fierce. Barca builds with patience. Madrid strikes with power. Barca wants control. Madrid wants chaos. When these two meet, it's not just a game. It's chess with adrenaline. It's instinct versus system. It's El Clásico. And next, we'll go beyond the tactics. Barcelona versus Real Madrid isn't just a clash of clubs. It's a clash of everything. Philosophy, geography, culture, politics. It's not just Spain's biggest game. It's football's greatest story. For over a century, these two teams have fought for more than trophies. They've fought for identity, for supremacy, for legacy. Barcelona represents more than a club. Me que un club is not just a motto. It's a declaration. A symbol of Catalan pride, of defiance, of self-expression. Real Madrid is the embodiment of dominance. The capital, the crown, the elite. Their history is one of power, built on winning, built on prestige, built on global ambition. And when they meet, the world doesn't just watch. It feels. From the streets of South America to the cafes of Europe, from Asia to the Middle East, this rivalry transcends borders. It's not just for fans, it's for football lovers. It's a global event. For over 100 years, El Clásico has delivered unforgettable moments. The audacity of Ronaldinho getting a standing ovation at the Santiago Bernabeu. The fury of Ramos and Piqué colliding like two nations. The brilliance of Messi lifting his shirt in front of a silent Madrid crowd. The silence after Ronaldo's calm finish in Camp Nou. Moments that don't just stay on the pitch. They live in memory. Every era has had its heroes. In the 50s and 60s, Di Stefano versus Kubala. In the 80s, Butragueño versus Maradona. In the 2000s, Raúl versus Ronaldinho. And in the 2010s, Messi versus Ronaldo. The rivalry always renews itself, always reinvents, but never fades. And it's not just about individual brilliance. It's about collective dominance. The numbers speak volumes. Combined, these two clubs have won over 60 La Liga titles, more than 25 Champions League trophies, dozens of Copa del Rey's, Super Cups, Club World Cups. They don't just win. They redefine winning. When Barcelona is on top, they do it with elegance, with possession, with a style that hypnotizes. When Madrid rises, they do it with power, with grit, with a hunger that never fades. And the fans, they live this rivalry. For a culé, beating Madrid means more than lifting a trophy. For a Madridista, silencing Camp Nou is sweeter than any celebration. It's emotional, it's generational, it's eternal. And now, we look forward. Messi is gone, Ronaldo too. But the fire remains. Vinicius Jr., the Samba star with ice in his veins. Jude Bellingham, the English prodigy wearing Madrid's 5 like he was born for it. Pedri, the next great Barca conductor. Gavi, fierce, fearless, full of Catalan heart. New names, new energy, same intensity. Both clubs are rebuilding. Both are investing in youth, in vision, in identity. Barcelona, under Xavi, is trying to rediscover the soul of the club. La Masia, possession, values. Madrid, under Ancelotti and what's to come, is shaping the next Galacticos, built not on big names, but big futures. And no matter what changes, El Clásico will always matter. It will always be the match that defines a season, even when no titles are at stake. Because in El Clásico, everything is at stake: respect, history, bragging rights. For 90 minutes, nothing else in football feels quite the same. So whether it's at Camp Nou or Santiago Bernabeu, whether it's Messi versus Ronaldo or Gavi versus Bellingham, whether it's 1950 or 2050, Barcelona versus Real Madrid will always be the soul of football. The game that makes legends, the game that moves nations, the game that refuses to be just a game. This is El Clásico, and it will never die.